Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TeacherCast App Spotlight. My name is Jeff Bradbury. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for making TeacherCast your home for professional development. I have a very important question to you. As a teacher, do you communicate with your teachers? Do you communicate with your students' parents? Do you communicate with people outside of your school district? Today, I have a fantastic show today featuring a great app called ClassTag, and we're going to be talking all about communication and how certain ways of communication can speed up your day, and also certain communication can kind of bog down your class time. We have a great teacher that we're going to be talking to today, but first from ClassTag, I want to bring on Vlada. Vlada, how are you today? Welcome to the program.
Doing fantastic, Jeff. Thank you very much. Excited to be here with fantastic Renee.
Now, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. You and I met recently out at the ISTE conference, and you had a chance to tell me everything fantastic about ClassTag. Tell me a little bit about ClassTag. How did it start? What is it? And how are teachers taking advantage of it?
Absolutely. Fantastic. ClassTag is an app to help teachers turn parents into partners. And what we have done is used decades of research and working very closely with the classrooms to figure out what are the best practices and techniques that can help teachers achieve that partnership and save them tons of time doing it.
And how does it do that? How is it saving teachers tons of time? Because I know as a classroom teacher myself, the last thing I have a chance to do is to take care of thousands of emails and make sure that everything is organized in my communications. How is ClassTag helping out teachers worldwide?
Saving time is really one of the foundations, and understanding exactly that constraint that teachers operate under. We have enabled a lot of automation on the back end with automated newsletters, with automated sort of follow-ups and reminders. We're also giving teachers a lot of great analytics that are very actionable in terms of who is participating and how. And so rather than going through the list of 30 parents or 30 families in that classroom, they know exactly where the problem areas are and how to quickly to get in touch.
And so, of course, if anybody's interested in learning more about this, they can check everything out over at ClassTag.com. And I want to bring on a teacher who's been using ClassTag. Renee, welcome to the program. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a fourth grade teacher in Kuna, Idaho, and I'm really excited about using ClassTag in my classroom.
And what brought you to the ClassTag platform? Why ClassTag amongst every other EdTech product?
Well, obviously, parent communication is huge. And I was doing all that through my email because that's what most teachers do. And when I found ClassTag, it really streamlined the process of communicating and made it more automated, saving me tons of time.
And when you say automated, what types of things is it doing for you that normally would take up 10, 15 minutes each day?
Well, normally I would spend a lot of time weekly creating an email to send out to my parents to let them know what's going on, what dates were important. With ClassTag, I can just enter a few quick dates of what's coming up. Those are automatically sent as reminders to all my parents, keeping them right in the loop. And also there's a weekly email that goes out automated to remind them weekly of all the events in the classroom, which I can customize with my own message, which is fantastic.
Now, Vlada, is ClassTag available on all platforms? Is it mobile, tablet, or is it strictly a web-based application?
Currently, it's web-based, and it's very mobile and mobile-friendly. So we see probably about half of the usage on mobile already. Before the beginning of the school year, we are releasing native apps for Apple and Android devices. So it's going to be available for download as well.
And I love the fact that because it's web-based, it is available. I know there's so many schools out there right now that are Microsoft-based, that are Google-based, that are Apple-based. Having a system like ClassTag is invaluable for having that one platform agnostic system here. Renee, let me talk to you a little bit about some of the things that you do use to communicate with your parents. Are you throwing out things like homework assignments, calendar events? What exactly are you using ClassTag for when it comes to communication?
Well, I'm hoping to expand my use this year, but last year I used it for all the events in my classroom to keep parents understanding what's coming on school-wide, what's coming for the classroom, and yes, what weekly assignments or homework assignments are due and on what days, so that they could definitely be in charge of all of that.
And I know
And go ahead.
And I know this is something that teachers do often. Communication is essential. But the problem always comes up when we send email out. How do we know that parents are actually getting it? I understand that ClassTag has a platform developed so that way you know when those messages are seen. Tell us a little bit about that two-way communication, not just the one-way sending an email.
Well, ClassTag allows parents also to post. That's up to each teacher, but the parents can post and communicate with you through a variety of ways within ClassTag. They can also adjust their settings to accommodate exactly what they want to hear from you. So if they don't want to hear from you every day, but they want to hear from you every week, it's totally customizable at their end as well.
So what does that mean exactly? Does that mean that at the end of 2 weeks, you're going to get a backlog of emails from a teacher?
Absolutely not. You're going to get an overview email in the summary form, or you can get daily emails also. And anytime there's a new announcement or an important event, you're going to get that if the teacher has sent it out to the whole class.
Vlada, I got to tell you, that's a feature that not many other ed tech companies have. Why is it important to make sure that the messages are going out are at the convenience of the parent?
Well, I think we've initially spent a ton of time with families and really understanding what are some of the really friction points that they are seeing. And what we found was that a lot of them, when they see a lot of communication coming through or in a way that is not convenient for them, that can be a big turnoff. So what we wanted to make sure is that their settings are granular enough that fits their style, their schedule, etc. Teacher can sort of override that and send important messages on top of it. But we wanted to make sure that each family has sort of that communication agenda set up for them the way they like it.
And when we're looking at communication here, I guess the question has to be, is this group communication, or can you individually send something to Mrs. Smith about Mrs. Smith's child?
Currently, it's class-wide communication, and also we are launching school-wide communication shortly, where at a school level you would be able, let's say you're organizing any event that's multi-classroom, or you have a central office organizing something that's multi-classroom, you will be able to organize those things with a couple of clicks. But it is kind of all teacher to all or administrator to all. It is not one-on-one currently.
Nice. Let's talk a little bit about ease of use here. What does a parent need to do if their teacher is using ClassTag? How do they sign up?
First, they need to jump with joy. It's very easy to use. And the way they sign up is generally, if teacher already has their emails, they would receive an invitation right in their email address that they provided with a simple link to join. Once they're on it, they would be able to see everything that's going on, sync it with their calendar, sign up as needed, and see who else is in their classroom in an easy, organized directory by family. And alternatively, a teacher can print out just kind of the flyers with individual codes for the families to join.
Renee, talk to us a little bit about implementation. Is this something that was a smooth rollout for you and your community, or did it take a little bit of pushing to get many parents onto the system?
It was fantastically easy. I couldn't have been happier. When I initially began it, I was about a quarter to halfway through the school year. So they had been used to getting my communication via email. I sent them email with the link. They signed up, and I had my parents really excited about the new communication. After 2 months, I polled them to make sure they were on board with ClassTag and they didn't want me to go back to a different form of communication. And my parents overwhelmingly were excited by ClassTag and staying with that system. And I couldn't have been happier because it sure made my life easier, created a great community for my classroom.
That is fantastic. And what do your kids think, that knowing that their teacher is communicating very frequently with their parents?
It was actually really cute. At the end of the year, when we were getting ready for some really big events, I had one of my students come to my classroom, and they were so excited because their parent had shared with them the schedule for the next week, and they knew ahead of everyone else. So students were really excited because they get to know what's coming at them the next day, even before I tell them in the morning.
Vlada, it looks like it's a pretty powerful system here. One more time, and this is the important question: what is the cost for a teacher to sign up for this?
Well, the cost is the best of all. It's completely free for parents and teachers, and also the current functionality is free for schools. So you can go ahead and set it up and play this demo classroom and roll it out.
If you're out there looking for a great way to save yourself time and improve the communication between you and your family, I'll say it, this works fantastic between teacher and parent. System like this is also great if you're a community organization looking to establish communication outside of your group or within your community. I know that a system like this is fantastic. Let's just say that you're doing emergency alerts in your township. These are great ways of using a system like ClassTag here. Renee, thank you so much for your time today. I look forward to hearing more success stories on how you're using ClassTag. Where can anybody get a hold of you, Renee, if they are interested about how you're using ClassTag in your school?
Well, currently it's easy to find me at Renee Angle on Facebook and also Renee Angle 1 on Twitter.
Excellent. And thank you so much for being here today. Vlada, where do we go to find out more information about ClassTag? There's so many great things that are going on here, and I know the system is evolving all the time, putting in new and exciting features. Where do we go to learn more about ClassTag?
First place to go would be our website, classtag.com. If you sign up, we'll surely inform you about all the new releases we have over the summer. And there are certainly many and very exciting. And secondly, I would say our Twitter handle at ClassTagMe. And we'll be sharing our updates there as well. So please go ahead and follow us.
Excellent. And of course, you can find out more information over on TeacherCast. Just do a search for ClassTag. We're going to have our demo videos. We're going to have all the information, all the links for ClassTag. Certainly check all that out. Guys, thank you so much for coming on today. And thank you for making TeacherCast your home for professional development. My name is Jeff Bradbury. There's, of course, several great ways that you can be a part of the TeacherCast Educational Broadcasting Network. We love it when you find us on Twitter at TeacherCast. Leave us a voicemail over at teachercast.net/voicemail. Email us at feedback@teachercast.net. And, of course, you can subscribe to all of our shows over on iTunes, YouTube, and wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Until next time, my name is Jeff Bradbury from the TeacherCast Educational Broadcasting Network. Until next time, keep up the great work in your classrooms and continue sharing your passions with your students.